Hi, welcome to today's episode of Bitter Feminist Podcast. On this podcast, we talk about feminism from the angle and perspective of an African woman. Today, we're going to be talking about a very, very interesting topic: kinks and misogyny. Are there kinks that are rooted in misogyny? What are these kinks? How do you identify them? So, IJ, what do you think?
Whew. This is going to be a debate. Like, I propose the motion that kinks are, I oppose the motion that kinks are. And obviously, I think to a large extent, I wouldn't go as far as saying kinks are rooted in misogyny. Yeah, obviously, it's not a blanket statement. I'm sure that there are some, but I wouldn't go as far as saying that all kinks are rooted in misogyny. Men have very weird sexual fetishes, very things that will run you mad. And you have to, I think how I rationalize it is, I believe that as weird and absurd as these kinks are, there are women who love doing them, or there are women who share same fetishes. Okay, let's start with let's dive into it. Let's talk about golden showers, where people like to get peed on, or they want people to pee on them, or they are the peer. For every weird kink, let's assume there is a man who likes to pee on women. There are equally women who love being peed on their own, not because a man wants it, but because they just want to get peed on. There are equally women who love peeing on men. So I think is sort of an Isaac Newton's law, where he said, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I've met a lot of men who have very weird, sometimes disgusting fetishes. They want things done to them, things that are disgusting. They want women to pee on them, beat them up, shit inside their mouth. Very weird things. And as disturbing as they sound, you have to believe that if these people want these things done to them, note that they're not the ones doing them. Like, they're the people, they want it done to them. They want people to shit in their mouth. They want people to beat them up. These are men, they want women to hit them, pee on them, shit on them, scat, all of that. You have to also, if you're going to if you're going to say, okay, I understand it, you have to understand that there are also women who like those activities. Those men are not in a vacuum. There are going to be women who like doing those things, or actually genuinely on their own, for whatever disturbing reasons, like those things being done to them.
Yeah, I get your point, but honestly, I have a very, very hard time, because now you've given a more balanced perspective. Because I hardly ever think of this subject, and I think of men wanting these things to be done to them. I always look at it from the perspective of women who are on the receiving end. Things like rape kink, humiliation, degradation kink, non-consensual, all those kind of stuff. It's maybe because I'm a feminist, and maybe because we live in the world that we live in, it rubs me off the wrong way, because I feel like these men are just carrying out misogyny, but with consent on the women. I don't understand how a woman likes men to beat her up, inflict pain and injury on her while they are having sex, and she says that this is what gets her off sexually. I understand that sexuality is a deep, twisted thing. Everybody has things that gets them off, but I feel like some women develop these things, as a carryover from something that happened in their life, like rape kink. So I was reading a thread on Twitter, and someone was saying, this is not a study, so it's not verified anything, that many times when women say they have rape kinks, it's because they've been raped in real life, especially as young girls. Like I said, it's not a study, it's an opinion. And they like to simulate that action in the bedroom, because it feels like it gives them power over a situation they do not have power over. So now they consent to it being done to them, kind of like reclaiming your power thing. And it gave me a second thought, because I don't know anybody personally who has a rape kink, so I can't ask them to know what is behind it.
I would even think that women who have been raped would shy away from every performation of rape, whether he has a consent or not. I think those women are more likely to refuse to participate in rape kinks. If you're going to, because it brings up a part of the trauma they are trying to repress. Okay, let's say an asteroid hits the earth and all life form is gone and we start all over again, and this new society is 100% egalitarian. There will still be women who, though they've not had any rape, sexual assault done to them, they've not been beaten before, but they would still want these kinks brought into the bedroom. And I think I shared this with you before. I think I said women in egalitarian societies, women in Sweden, women in America, women in UK. I'm not even talking of Nigeria here, where we are getting the. There are women there who have never been raped, who this is not their reality, who have never been hit. In fact, their parents did not even hit them because they call child control, child protection services. There are women who have never experienced what it means to be raped, to be abused, but they have these fetishes, they have these kinks. I don't think these kinks are born out. Yes, sometimes some trauma might trigger them or make them a part of what you bring into your sexual activities. But I don't think that every single person who has these kinks, that something happened to them in the past. It's like if we start going that direction, then we'll have to be saying, okay, every gay person is gay because they were raped or somebody touched them. Yes, there are some people who, let's say, because they were inappropriately touched, then they now stuck to this part of it. Yeah, there are actually people who, when they were in secondary school, they had one or two and they then stuck to it. Yeah, but that does not define the whole LGBTQ thing. So I'm just using that as an example. So back to this one, I do not think that your formative years and the abuse therein informs your sexual predilections. I don't think that.
Yeah, I think if I'm being very honest, because I will agree that my position is very, very biased. I'm not arguing this actually logically. Most of my the problem I have with kinks is that I don't trust men.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I don't like if I know a guy whose kink is humiliating women in the bedroom, I find it hard to trust that he confines it within the bedroom, because of who men are and the society that we live in. Even men who are not kinky sometimes try to take some degradation into the bedroom as a crossover from how they are or how they view women in real life. So I'm going to accept concede rather that yes, I'm probably arguing from a biased point of view, because every time, like I said, every time I think about this conversation, I don't think of the other side, that there are men who love all this degradation, and there are a lot of them, and I don't go and start thinking about them that maybe they were abused as children. From their perspective, I also understand that maybe some people are just naturally perverted like that. But then another thing that bothers me is that, like when you said women in some of these developed countries, they've not had any trauma inflicted on them. I think sometimes kinks it can be a crossover from the porn culture. Because when you watch porn, you watch mainstream porn, a lot of porn is curated towards male
pleasure.
Yes, male satisfaction, male pleasure. And male pleasure obviously is a spectrum. It involves a lot of things, and part of it is the degradation of women in porn, which, by the way, I think this is another topic that we can, So I think a lot of people watch porn and they pick things from porn that they think this is what men want, and they internalize it. I feel like many people, their sexual proclivity is not natural. It's based on what they see in porn. Like sometimes when you're with a guy, you can tell that he's reenacting the things he has seen from porn. So I think sometimes women go into these kinks because they think this is what men like, or rather they are accepting or open to it because they think this is what men like and this is what they've seen in porn, and they internalize it. What do you think?
I agree with you there, because this brings me to sexual autonomy, bodily autonomy, because a lot of women don't have that. You have a lot of women who are having anal sex not because they want to, but because the men in their lives want to try it out, and they are women, we're always willing to try something to keep in man.
Yeah.
Let me not say we, because I'm not, I don't do that. I'm going to exclude myself and be snobbish. I don't do that. No, there are things I'm okay with saying, okay, we all do.
But not this one.
No. So, but women are more likely to, want to try out all those things, because, you watch porn and you see them doing this, you see them doing that, and then a man tells you, oh, let's do this, and you try it out, not necessarily because you want to, but at the same time, I'll have to say that there are women who are naturally open to trying out stuff. There are women who are genuinely sexually curious. That if you bring up something, they are more likely to try it out just because they are curious, and less because the man wants it. Let me just try it this once and see how it is. If it's not okay, they're not going to try it again. And I want to give kudos to them, because men are very open about their sexual predilections, no matter how filthy and disgusting it is. I have men in my inbox talking about, I think I showed you, he even asked me to post it, so it's not like I'm leaking privacy. He asked me to post it so he will get somebody. There are men telling me, oh, I like going to crusades so that women will march on me, trample on me, and gives me a hard on. There are men who will approach me, men I haven't even met. In the course of asking me out, talking stage, I've not even met this person. And they're telling me, I want you to shit in my mouth. I want you to pee on me. I want you to drag me and beat me till there is blood. And they really mean it. They are literally, I'm going to give you all this if you do this for me. Men are very open. You'll be having sex with a man, maybe your very first time of having sex, and he's telling you, I want this. I want a finger up my ass. They are not, suck my nipples. They are not shy about what they want. So I think if there are women who are genuinely curious and whose fetishes are not an offshoot of men's predilections, they should do their thing. This conversation is, we are supposed to have this conversation anyway, but I feel like if we shame this type of women, they will not talk. It is very hard for women to talk about the weird things they like sexually.
There's already a stigma.
Exactly. Let's assume you're a woman, you like something as simple, as basic as rimming and a lingus. Before you say it out, you run and run like this. And you might even say it and the man will be like, oh,
and that's it.
But men, on the first day of meeting you, in fact, before they've met you, they've told you
they have demands.
They've told you how they want your tongue inside their small intestine. Men have audacity, and I want women to be as audacious in the bedroom. But at the same time, these conversations need to be had, because are you having this sex? Are you having these kinks? Are you being a sub because you want to be a sub, because that's your personal sexual predilection, or that's your penchant in the bedroom? Or are you doing it because one man, he is my problem with the Christian Grey?
50 Shades of Grey.
Thank you, because an industry has been built on this. I was watching E! one day, and after the release of the book and the movie, there was an explosion of women who suddenly wanted to be subs. And you forget, because of the way they romanticize the Christian Grey character. He's a billionaire, he's young, he's handsome. You're going to be a sub to your Krikasela 10 naira, 200 naira,
an ordinary man
or boyfriend. There is no upside to it. There are women who suddenly, when they read it and they're like, oh my god, I like it, and then you go and submit yourself to be flogged water by your. So these choices have to be questioned. Are you doing, because after he did that, they did a document after that movie was after it came out, really? There was an explosion. He went to, like, sex toys. Suddenly everybody now wanted to you see women who will come there with dog collars, and the men, and you see the men holding the collars, and they are men that if they say hi to you, you will run like Usain Bolt. They are the men holding the collars, you get, and they'll be talking, I finally realized my mission is to be a sub. He is my dog, he's my owner. Some brand themselves. Not tattoo, like branding iron, property of Apan, all those things on their body. And it begs the question, are these women genuinely curious about the BDSM life? Or are they trying to romanticize a stupid fictional book because they feel like, okay, this is the in thing, this is the way to go. Men might like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's why I 100% agree with you that these choices ought to be questioned.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women are doing these things not necessarily because they want to, but because they are trying to please men.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you said it the other time that many times it should be able to go both ways.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a one-sided thing where the man is doing all the degradation and you are doing all the submitting.
Listen.
It makes it a dangerous, situation.
Listen, if you're going to be if you're going to be in a fetish, okay, in a fetishized kind of relationship, or you have all those, have your own. Like that, I read something on Facebook yesterday that really got me pissed. This man said something about how he would always ask for oral sex, just basic head, basic that dogs do. We're not talking of something so deep. Basic oral sex from this lady, his partner, whomever, and she would give. But when she demanded for head, he looked at her. Let me quote it. He looked into her eyes and asked her, "How dare you?" That he was, as a man, it was something he could not do. Excuse me. And it's something I could relate to. Not personally, because they're not born the idiot. But it's something I could relate to because there are a lot of men who demand for oral sex. But they'll tell you, I'm a titled man, I cannot
put my mouth there.
I cannot put my head. Is the mouth I use in praising God? No.
Or the mouth I used to go for raz.
And this men, they will demand for it. It's not even a question of I don't worry, don't give me. I will not give you.
They want you to do it to them.
And oral sex is not even kink. It's not even a kink.
Oh no, it's not. It's
like the basic. It's like kissing.
Before the main show.
Like so, it begs, and there are women who will be like, okay, there's no problem, and they will give. I like to pleasure. I like to
really.
I'm a giver, not a receiver. You're a stupid person.
You're good.
That is what you are. Women like this make it a norm for men, because men are going to be like, okay, so it's possible to not do anything but get everything, and they're going to continue that. When they leave you to the next person, you're harming yourself sexually, and you're also harming the women that will come after you. I know you want to believe that, okay, you're the only sugar in his tea. There will be subsequent. You're harming men that you're doing a whole world of hurt to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting anything. You're not getting the satisfaction you ought to, and you're also blocking the way. You're teaching these men that they can get away with not giving anything and getting everything in return. So if you look at your sex life and you're the one always being degraded, you're the one always doing all the things. When you want to do BDSM, it's you that they are flogging. It's you that is wearing the collar. It's you that they are beating. It's you that are calling bitch. You're never if you people are playing, you're always the schoolgirl that they will rape. It's you that they're always raping. It's you that every bad thing is happening to, and it never goes the other way. Then you should really sit down and reconsider what you're doing. You really need to sit down and be like, this isn't it, because slowly but surely it will come out from your sex life and enter into, you leave the bedroom and enter other places.
Yeah.
That's degradation that you are allowing constantly, and you're not checking, and you're not making sure that it's, you're not balancing it. It will leave the bedroom and come into other aspects of your life. He will talk to you in that manner that he talks to you inside the bedroom. Because there are women who go, I like to be called a bitch, I like to be hit. One day that hitting, if you don't check it, if you're not sure, if you don't make sure it goes both ways, it's going to follow you out.
Yeah.
They're going to call you bitch outside. They're going to beat you outside. As legit or as valid your choices are in the bedroom, you have to always check them. Am I the one that is always constantly degraded in our bid to have a vibrant sex life? Am I always at the receiving end of these nasty things? Okay, am I the one that is always getting peed on?
Yeah.
Why can't I pee on him? You understand? So yeah, you like getting peed on. Once in a while, return the favor. Am I the one that things are always being put inside my body? Am I the one that every time he wants me to have anal sex and I'll give in? What of him?
He has the same
his G-spot is literally there. You're not gaining any satisfaction by having things poked there, even though you might like it. But him, his G-spot is there. Does he allow you poke your finger there? Are you the one that is always, you lie and they'll spit on you? Can you spit back at him? What does it? Are you the one always licking his ass? Can he lick your ass back? Are you the one always giving him head? Can he give you head back? these are the things. Some men will be like, sit on your face.
No.
Can you sit on his face now? These are the things that you need to question these things. Otherwise, you're just enabling something that will come back and bite you in the ass.
I mean, personally, I don't understand why you'd want any man to do those things to you. But I mean, kudos to all of you. But like Ijowan said, please, make sure it's going both ways.
Yeah.
Don't be on the receiving end. You are just simulating real life now. That for me, that's what the kink should be in. Perversion. Try to, balance it. Be a Balenciaga in the bedroom.
I'm telling you.
Don't let it be done to you all the time. Don't be on the receiving end. Don't be Anastasia still all the time. Sometimes
Anastasia still even got to a point where she started beating.
Oh, it's true, Seth. It's true.
But some of you know they read past that one. You don't see where he later became a sub. And so, the one that was now beating him.
So switch roles sometimes. I mean, and for me, I feel like if those kinks are rooted in misogyny, a suggestion of switching roles will confirm it for you.
Definitely.
If it is rooted in misogyny or just kink, something for sexual pleasure. I feel like this is the best test, the way for you to test it. If you suggest otherwise, how does he take it? What is his reaction? To tell you if he thinks that it is your place to be on the receiving end.
It's a very simple test.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, you have to check what you do in the bedroom is your choice. You're not harming anybody. Yeah. But you have to check these things. You have to interrogate every aspect of your life, including the sexual aspect of your life. Why do I like these things that I like? Is there any reason why I like these things? Is there any because like she mentioned, though I said not everybody who has this kink, not all of them, not all of let me say us, not all women have deep-seated issues that we have to dismantle and everything, but some actually do. So why do you like rape, fetishes? Why do you like this? Be sure it's harmless. You understand? Be sure that I don't need, because there are some things that when you identify, it's probably because of this, and then you talk about it to yourself, or maybe if you have money, because Nigeria no be therapy country, but if you have money, you talk about it to a therapist, or maybe talk about it with a friend. By the time you're done, once you identify that reason why you're into something like this, the odds will actually be to be like shining a light into the dark place. There's no ghost. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. So you have to interrogate your choices, even sexual choices, and then you have to also know that even though that there are most of these things are not rooted in degradation, a lot actually are. Yeah. When you're with a man who would ask for head but not give you, it is degradation. Yeah. It's not necessarily because it is degradation. He doesn't consider your pleasure important. He doesn't consider you as a human being. Exactly. When you're with somebody, and there you have to know that there are places to draw the line. If you're with somebody who is always asking for anal sex, and obviously he doesn't allow anything go near his ass, why your ass? Especially if it's not something you want. Yeah. If you're with somebody who says he's into skats, he's into shit, he wants to shit into your mouth, coprophilia and all of that, and it's not something, it should not even be something you should be interested in. So, if they bring it, you should know that the essence of this is to degrade you. Degradation. Yeah. 2016 or so, there were guys, agents that were taking ladies to Dubai, yeah. So they came to my friend. They were going to, my friend was, I've not seen her for a long time then, but she was really, really pretty. They wanted to take her there, but they spelled it out. Luckily for her, they were not hiding it. Like she was okay going there for us, and I was very okay with it, very pro-sexual, but that's a topic for another day. But the wahala there was coprophilia. Like the Arab guys that were going there to service want to shit in your mouth. And there it is. It's just for degradation. You see black girls and you want to do stuff to them. You want to stuff pythons into their body. You want to shit inside their mouth. All these things are things that are rooted in misogyny and degradation. You have to be able to define line. Differentiate that, this might be for sexual pleasure. Let's do it. And this is definitely for degradation. They're not doing this because they're gaining pleasure from it. If a man is stuffing a python inside you, or if a man is shitting into your mouth, I don't think he's getting any pleasure from it. He just wants to see you humiliated. He just wants to see you, hey, I have bitches. He wants to debase you. He wants to debase you. And these are not things that you should sign off on. These are not things, whether for money or for, these are not things that you should be okay with just to keep your man. You say, if I don't do it, if a man is asking for anal sex and not even open to the fact that his bum has his G-spot that you can also titillate, then you know that it is not necessarily for penetration. Yes, other holes in your body he can penetrate.
Yeah.
Penetrate your mouth, your vagina. Why is he going for that one? So these are things, and you should be able to say no to kinks.
Yeah.
You know that is one part of bodily autonomy, your ability to say no to kinks. You should be able to, if they present you with ones you don't like, no matter how basic it is,
say no.
Say no. Men say no to licking.
And if it's being coercive, that is your cue to run.
Yeah.
Nobody should coerce you into doing things you don't want to do sexually.
Yeah. Men that I think, remember that not Joro to Joro, that Joro story that went viral one time about she went to see a guy and the guy brought out his penis and she was ready to have sex, but the guy now started rubbing it inside her
armpits. Yeah, I remember.
Inside until it came, and she just stayed there and did nothing. That's a kink. Whether it's harmless to you or not, once something like this happens, you should say no.
Yeah.
I think we have an episode on this where we said consent to sexual sex does not mean consent to all sexual activities.
Yeah.
You consented to have sex does not mean you have to degrade yourself and do this. You just consented to maybe one or two things.
Yeah.
Penetration, vaginal penetration, probably oral sex, and that is it. You have to reject. Don't say
extra. No.
We're already going to have.
You have the right to say no,
because like the topic of this thing, a lot of these kinks are rooted in misogyny. They just want to degrade you, to debate you, to see how low you can go.
Yeah.
So, bring down.
Yeah, I think we've done justice today.
Yes,
we have. Thank you for staying with us today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any feedback, please drop it.
Drop it for us. If you want to drag us, you drop it. Bye.
Bye.